Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Our next stop on the GDS Holiday Gift Guide is Circle of Wellness with Dr. Morgano and Georgie. A nice team over here. Before we get started on this incredible machine, you got to tell us, Circle of Wellness, there's a lot happening here.
Oh, sure there is, and there always has been.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit just about, the rundown of what kind of services we can find here.
Well, we have services that include massage therapy services, we have chiropractic services, we do acupuncture, we do nutritional counseling, and then this newest technology is something we introduced a few months ago, and this is really the most exciting part of the practice right now, which is our new Ortho Gold 100 tissue regeneration machine.
Okay, that's a really long title for this little machine, and I don't even want to get too close to it because I bet you it's really expensive. So tell me what this is used for, what you guys use it for.
What this machine does is it was created in Germany about 10 years ago, and it uses a certain form of a sound wave that interacts with damaged tissues to basically regenerate stem cells and get those tissues to heal. And so we're using it here for any tissue that we feel that there's damage to or that there's some kind of injury. We do a lot of knees here, a lot of feet, shoulders, backs, and what it does is it actually interacts with the damaged cells and encourages those cells to kind of reproduce more stem cells, and in doing so it causes healing.
Is this something that someone who hasn't had success, trying to fix an issue would then turn to this, or is this now something you're just starting patients with if you think that they're good?
Either way, most of the ones that are coming in here have tried other services, or they got bad knees and they've had injections and they really don't want to go down the route of like a knee replacement.
Sure.
And so we are using this machine, and the initial treatment kind of gives us an idea of whether or not it's going to be very successful, because you get a good response almost immediately with that damaged tissue. And then from there, it's about 6 to 8 sessions over about 10 weeks. And the response so far has been wonderful, especially for our knee patients.
Yeah,
That's
about
awesome.
90% knees.
That's awesome. Okay, so you're going to show us what to do here,
Yes, I'm going to
Georgie.
work on some plantar fasciitis.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to put the ultrasound gel on her foot, be nice and warm. And then I'm going to run some on her calf as well, because I will go up into the calf as well.
And a typical treatment takes about 5 to 6 minutes.
Okay.
So once the initial assessment is done, which is about a half an hour, the patient starts up. The treatment is very brief.
So what I want you to do is, when I roll over this, if you have a tender spot, I need to know that. You'll go, oh, right there, oh, right there. When you tell me that, I am going to hold the wand there for about 8 to 10 seconds. So it's going to make a sound kind of like an MRI, bang, 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 when I'm doing it, all right?
And it will only give a response if the tissue has some kind of damage to it. So if the tissue is healthy, the person won't notice anything. But if there's some kind of arthritis or some kind of injury to that tissue, they'll give you some feedback, and they'll say that they can feel it.
Does it ever help you discover something that you thought was maybe somewhere else?
And that's how it's being used. Like the Chicago Cubs have one, and most of the sports teams, they'll use it to kind of diagnose this area. If they pick up a response, and they know that that's an area that needs to be treated.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Feeling it?
So there's actually like a spark plug in that wand that uses what's called an extracorporeal shock wave. So it's you will feel it as part of the treatment.
And I mean, I'm staring right at it. It doesn't seem like there's any sort of it's very, very bright, but it's not going to harm your vision by looking at it, Georgie, right?
Right.
You're
no,
I'm staring at this all day.
I wouldn't do
The worst thing is sometimes people will need earplugs if we're up towards the neck.
I can understand how that might affect.
Well, we've been amazed with our success with knee patients.
Yeah.
Really, probably 80 to 90% success rate.
Wow.
With patients, even bone on bone.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Is there any body part you wouldn't treat with this, or is it
The only contraindications for this would be like a pacemaker, any kind of electrical device, any kind of active cancer. You can't do it over. But other than that, it's relatively safe and effective.
I love getting the chance to share this with our viewers, because there are so many people who've suffered from different ailments for years, and this might just be the thing they need.
We have some frozen shoulder patients that are responding.
Sure.
And general back pain, low back, neck pain.
You're like making all of my injuries start talking over here. I'm like, me too. Just my whole left side of my body.
Your TMJ.
From my jaw all the way
right
down
there,
to my
huh?
ankle.
I remember your TMJ.
Yeah. And do patients come in and, like you said, you try it the first time because it might not work and you don't want to
And
have a
Georgie's
whole...
and she's really become advanced at using this machine, and she gets a good feel the first visit whether they're going to be a good candidate.
That's good.
We offer an initial eval for $49, and then Georgie can kind of get an idea of whether it's going to help them, and if so, how many treatments.
Georgie, you're so smart.
I'm so smart.
So what do you think on this lady right here? Think it'll help her?
Definitely would help her.
Yeah.
That and a
Yeah.
little bit of stretching, you'd be good to go.
Yeah, plantar fasciitis is something we treat quite a bit. A lot of people have
All right,
it. So.
you are
Awesome. Well, there's so
finished.
many things at Circle of Wellness, and we have a really awesome gift guide item for you too. But I'm going to tell you about that in the studio.